What is going on? Welcome to Foothills Firearm Factory. I'm your host, the owner of this establishment, and owner of that sweet, sweet Cobra out there. Oh yeah. Y'all know what my name is. My name's Drew. And the first thing I always do is give thanks to God for letting me be here today and let me have this store and let me have all the blessings that he's bestowed on me. My cup runneth over. You know, I don't talk enough about God in these Foothills Firearm Factory videos, but I love him very much. Let me tell you a little story about this store. Now, I want to put this on YouTube. Rumble has already had video. I've already put videos on there about this topic. This store here is a place that I used to hang out. You know, like so many people come in here just to hang out. They come in here to talk, to hang out, not necessarily to buy anything. This is just a hangout. I was that person. The owners of this store were my best friends. And I used to come, I knew one of the owners before they ever had the store. So, of course, I'd come by, hang out with my buddy, got to know his brother, and we all became good friends. I'd come down here and hang out all the time. Loved this place. And through the years, you know, I would ask them, hey, is there any way I could buy my way into the store? Is there any way, you know, I'd help them do gun shows, but I'd always be wanting to help, wanting to be a part of it because I loved it. And they just always said there's not enough money to be made to let anybody else in on it. And I didn't understand that then. I understand that now. I don't even know how they were paying 3 people because it was both brothers and they had an employee. But because now I just barely pay myself. But anyway, I used to hang out here all the time. And I always dreamed of having a gun store. And I'd always tell them, I'm like, man, if it wasn't for y'all being my good friends and me not wanting to compete with yous, I would open up a gun store. I've always wanted to have a gun store, but I don't want to compete with my buddies. So, of course, I'm not going to do it. I thought about doing an online-only gun store. I mean, you know, I just wanted to do it. But over the years, I just kind of gave up on it. Well, then I got to wanting to do YouTube videos. And I would come in and I would tell them all the time, man, I want to start doing videos. And what if I came in after hours and made videos? Or what if I did, you know, put stuff on social media and come in here and try to help y'all out? And, you know, they were interested, but they didn't really have time. Actually got fired at one job that I'd been at for 12 years and was working somewhere else. And I had all my 401k money in the bank. I never did transfer it. So one day they come up to me and they said, man, I think the day has come. We want to sell you the store. And I said, I was like, I can't do that. I don't have the money for that. And they was like, my best friend said, man, if you don't do it, I got a feeling that you're going to regret it the rest of your life. And I got to thinking about that, and I was like, yeah, he's right. I'm going to have to try, and I want to do YouTube videos. So they let me give them half the money down. I gave them all my 401k money. I sold my car. I used to have a Dodge Challenger. It was paid for. I sold it. I sold almost all of my gun collection and paid half of the money. And I got like all the personal loans I could get. And I paid them half the money down. And they let me make payments on the rest of it. So here I am. Dream come true. Not only did God allow me to own a store, but he also allowed me to own the store that was my favorite place in the world to hang out. So, man, I'm so thankful. That's why I always say, I thank God for letting me be here today. I love my job. I feel so blessed. You know, now 3.5 years later, the store's paid off. I bought this Mustang to replace my Challenger. I figured since I lost a sports car, I should be able to replace my sports car. And I am working my way out of the massive hole that I dug when I bought this place. And I'm getting to live out my dream, making these YouTube videos. So let's get into it. All right, so most of you already know what I'm going to show you. The FPC in a 22 long rifle. So this is, you know, your basic FPC. Everybody's seen them before. This is the ripoff from Kel-Tec. You know, you push this thing down right here, and you bend it down. And this one's kind of hard to lock in, but locks in. You know what I mean? And this thing is not loaded, by the way, of course. You know, this is a gun store. We don't have loaded guns in here that are not behind the counter in hidden places all over, just in case. But anyway, FPC-22. It's got the extra magazines. We all know how this works. You push this little doodad, mag comes out. Push it this way, this mag comes out. Let's see if it says a round count on here. It does not say a round count, and I don't know what it is. Sorry, I'm not prepared. But it's first thing in the morning. I didn't want this thing to, you know, pass you by and not get to see it. So these are brand new from Smith & Wesson. They had some of these new FPC-22s, and they were going fast. Everybody was wanting them. Really? An FPC-22? And they're running out? Like, what? But anyway, whatever, you know. So they make these in a 9mm 40 cal and a 10mm, and now a 22. So I can see why this would be an enjoyable little contraption to have. You know, it's got the threaded barrel. You know, the charging handle's back here, just like on a Sub 2000. It's got your little, this is the worst slide release that has ever been on a gun in the history of mankind. I won't even push that thing down on one of the other bigger calibers because I'm too afraid of it catching my thumb in there. Look at this thing. I don't know why they did that. It's just like a little teeny tiny tab. I mean, I don't know. They could at least extended it out a little bit, but they didn't do that. But anyway, the stock does not adjust. It's got one of these little doodads on both sides, one of these little tabs to release the bolt. I think I said slide, but you knew what I was talking about. Bolt release. M-lock rail. 3 mags. Subpar trigger. That's it. But I mean, I would especially see why you would want to have one of these things if you already had the 9mm or 10mm, because you could practice with 22. If your truck gun is a FPC 10mm or 9mm, you could practice with this little old 22 here, and not waste a whole lot of money on ammo, and then you'd be all trained up for whenever society collapses and you're fighting off the mobs with your FPC. This is the MAC. This is the DS9 comp. So hence the big old port in the barrel. This is the compensated one. These have not been out long. So it has the blacked out suppressor high sights, which it does not have a threaded barrel. But anyway, you got your lightning cuts right here. Your lightning cuts, and it's not like lightning like coming down from a cloud and striking you dead on the golf course kind of lightning. This is lightning like moi. I've lost about 30 pounds in case y'all hadn't noticed. You never say nice things to me. But anyway, you know, it's the old MAC. I started to say Tisas, but they're basically the same deal. It's got the extended magazine release right here, flared mag well. This is the 3-piece frame. It's got the polymer grip, you know, steel slide and whatnot. Takes like the staccato magazines. Of course, it's single action, ambidextrous safety. It's got a good looking little slide lock there. That's pretty nice. Slide release, whatever you want to call it. It's got a nice old beaver tail on it. Pretty sweet unit. Let's try this trigger. Let's try it. Let's see what we'll try it together. I always have to try this left-handed so you can see it. Good trigger, good trigger. I've always heard good things about these MAC DS9s. I've never shot one myself, but you know, pretty nice, pretty nice. I like it a lot. I've seen some videos on these things and they're supposed to be really good. But I did get in one that is pretty new that I've not seen many videos from, and that is this gun right here. This is the Tisas. This is the PX-9 duty comp. Look at that chunky monkey. So this thing is pretty slick. It's got this blue aluminum trigger. Of course, it's got the comp, optic ready. This is the extendo mag. I just stuck the flared mag well on it. This one had, I think it's like 20 rounds or something insanely crazy. The magazine says 18. This is probably like a +2 or a +3, so it's probably like 20, 21 rounds. And this is a pretty sweet unit. It's got this gas pedal on here. You see that? I mean, that's what I'm calling a gas pedal. It's the takedown lever, but it's a big old doodad, you know, to help you put your thumb on it right here. But anyway, I mean, it looks really good. Check this thing out. So you got your front rear serrations. You got some top serrations here. This is just the white dot sights. I don't know if you can see them. Put it in front of the door there. Pretty sweet old gun, son. Let's see what this trigger's all about. It's okay. I mean, I don't know, man. It feels a little different than the regular PX-9 trigger. Usually the PX-9 has a trigger that feels a whole lot like a Canic. That one's a little bit different. It's got like a pretty good extension on the magazine already. Magazine release, should I say. Pretty good looking unit. Comment down below, which one did you like the best? Did you enjoy checking them out? Let me know what you thought. Of course, I've got Rumble and YouTube. So if you're watching this on YouTube, I've probably cut this video down to 15 minutes, and the full videos are on Rumble. But that's going to be it for me for this week. Like I said, I hope you enjoyed it. And until next time, keep on keeping on and have you good.